Hello, this is Slow Rider coming at you live from the Northern Sierra foothills. It's a beautiful, I think it's March 6th, or no, April 6th. Just got back from about a 150-mile ride down in Sacramento. There's my cat Ziggy, he came back. He comes when he hears the motorcycle rumble up, so he likes the Ducati rumble. He likes that dragster, that Panigale titanium dragster. So there's the two pipes on that side down there. Oh, still kind of hot. And there's the other two pipes coming out the side. So yeah, she's a beauty. Got lots of compliments today. Went out and just went to hamburger joint, got a burger, and a bunch of people always crowd around it, take pictures. So anyways, what I wanted to talk to you guys today was just to follow up on the hydraulic clutch. So I had some shifting issues. The quick shifter was working perfectly. It was just that the clutch lever, basically, I had to pull it all the way in. And if I just moved it like that, like that much, it would start going. And then also when I start the bike up with the clutch in, it would pull and it would just keep pulling, even with the clutch, I guess, disengaged fully, as you would say. So, I mean, I think this has been happening over the whole year slowly. Turned out what it was is the hydraulic clutch master cylinder and slave, and the cable, the clutch tubing in between. Basically, they just bled it, got the air out. The clutch fluid was brown, so it was kind of burnt, I guess. And I think it's just the way it's routed in the engine there. It gets hot. So that was that's 18,000 miles of clutching. And I really don't use the clutch because I use the quick shifter. So I guess I didn't notice it until it got really bad. So some of the symptoms I should have known is when the bike is even off and it was in gear, when you're pushing it around with the clutch pulled in or disengaged, it was still hard to push. It was really hard. Now it's easy. So basically the clutch just wasn't really working because it was oil was burnt and there was air bubbles in there. So it just needed to be flushed and replaced. Now it works like new, basically. So if you have any of these symptoms, like you're starting to bike up and it jerks and then it keeps pulling forward when the clutch is fully disengaged, or and then the other symptom it had basically is it wouldn't shift. So I really couldn't shift it. I didn't notice that, like I couldn't shift it normally. So when you'd pull the clutch in and try to go from first to second or third to fourth, or if you pulled up to a stop light and second gear, it would just, you could not, even with the clutch fully disengaged, it would not shift at all. So those are symptoms basically that you need to bleed the hydraulic clutch system, bleed it out and put some new oil in there, some clutch fluid, I mean. And then now it's running like new. So those are the symptoms, I mean. And it was having a hard time starting because even with the clutch pulled in, it was dragging on the motor quite a bit. Trouble manually shifting because I didn't realize it, but the Ducati quick shifter does not use the clutch. It just does it with the timing. It just shuts the gas off and quickly and shifts it that way. So you're kind of jam shifting it in the sense, like in the old days, on the old dirt bikes, people just wouldn't use the clutch and you would jam shift it. I mean, that would work for like a while, but you would basically ruin your transmission. So a lot of the racers would do it because they just rebuild their bikes every race anyways. But for a normal person, if you do that, it'll work. But after a few months of that, you're going to blow your transmission out. But these Ducati quick shifters are made where they shut the engine off during that microsecond or millisecond when the gears mesh. So it's all done perfectly. Yeah, and the nice thing is that was covered under warranty. It was considered a warranty issue, so Slow Rider didn't have to pay for that. But when it was in the shop, I did. It has 18,000 miles on it, so I did. Since it was there, they just adjusted the chain, lubed the chain, and also the. I think I said this in the previous video, but the coolant wasn't low, but it was at the minimum. So they filled it back up, I guess, to the maximum level. There's a min and a max. So it wasn't empty, they just topped it off, but otherwise it's good. So that's it. I just wanted to give you an update on hydraulic clutch. If you're having any funny issues, this probably goes true for any Ducati, but if, like my clutch now, it disengages right here. Before it wouldn't disengage until it touched, and then it was still in. So it was pretty much, if your clutch is not disengaging by here, you probably have problems. And then it's probably a simple hydraulic flush, new fluid, get rid of the air bubbles. And I know a lot of people go say, hey, Slow Rider, you know, you installed your Panigale exhaust and upmap yourself. Why don't you just bleed it yourself? Because the bike is still under the factory warranty for 2 years. So I figure any issues, I just want to take it down and make sure I'm not doing something stupid. So they did, I basically told them what I thought it needed. It needed new fluid in the hydraulic clutch assembly, the lines and everything. And so they rode the bike. I mean, they're very thorough. It's good. They rode it. They verified it had the shifting problems manually, but the quick shifter worked. So they went ahead and there was air in the lines, and the fluid was dark brown. And that is an interesting thing because I don't ever feel like this bike gets hot when you're riding it, even in the summer when it's 110 out. But I did test drive a Panigale V2, and also I test drove a Panigale V4S because I'm thinking about buying 2 Panigale V2s for my twin boys to ride, so we can all ride together. And I did notice on those bikes, it does get hot. It gets hot in here. You noticeably feel it. you do feel it, and that was on a fairly cool day, like 60 degrees. I mean, it wasn't uncomfortable hot, but like on this bike, I just got back riding it I've been gone for about 2 or 3 hours, and I don't feel the heat on my crotch, to be polite. So I don't feel it heating up. So that's the nice thing about this bike. The muffler is down here underneath, and on the Panigales, the V2 and the V4, the muffler is up. It's right here. It's on the bottom here, right where your butt is. So that's the nice thing about the Diavel V4, at least on the V4 versions. This is 2023, of course, that the muffler is actually down. It's down below this wheel well under here. So there's not the heat. It's got this breezeway here, so a lot the heat just doesn't build up under your butt or your crotch area. So this part, it never really gets that hot because the muffler is separated by a good 6 inches with an air gap, and there's a lot of good ventilation in there. And then also you got these vents here. Turns out these vents pull air and it blows it up on your legs here, so it creates a lot of cooling between your legs. So that's pretty nice. I just had a guy come up to me today, and he was he's a cruiser guy. He said he had a few Harleys, and he was asking me what this bike was, and he basically said he wants to buy one of these. He never saw something like it before. So he's like, man, I didn't know Ducati makes such a like kind of a cruiser-ish hot rod bike. So I think that's the 3rd or 4th Diavel I've sold, because some of my subscribers, I mean, I don't have many, but I have few, but they're loyal. So I think 3 or 4 of them have told me they've already bought a Diavel D4. Not because of me solely, but they said my videos helped them make a decision because they're so in depth, and I just can't get over the reliability in this bike. I just ride this thing for hours and hours. I don't worry about it. It's just smooth as silk. It shifts, it brakes, it dominates the freeways, it dominates the back roads, it really dominates the surface streets. I mean, it's kind of a nice all-around bike. I mean, I would, if I ever save up my pennies, I do want to take it to a racetrack and see how it does. I'm sure it does very well. I just don't, I don't want to wipe it out, but I'll push a little bit. But so on these new tires here, there's Not very many. I don't know if this counts as a chicken strip because that's where the writing is right there. So my tires go, it's worn right to the top of the R here. So let me know, is that still considered a chick? That's about a pinky width of of chicken strip. The strip end here, or I mean, does it count? Or are you supposed to hit over top of this one says Rosso 3, so, and Pirelli, so I don't know if it's supposed to be there or, anyways, and the tires are still hot. Oh, that feels nice, man, that warm, oh, it's like a warm, oh yeah, warm pillow. That's nice, because today when I went, it was pretty cold, but it was the first dry day in about 5 days. It was raining and snowing up here. So when I left, it was 37 degrees out. So it's pretty cool. And I got back, it's about like 50. So it feels like a hot sauna day, 50 degrees. So it's pretty nice. All right, well, that's the 18,000 mile hydraulic clutch flush update. Hope it made sense. I know I tend to ramble, but I get excited, and I love this bike. Boy, I can't say enough about it. I mean, I would like to, if I had the money, I would get a Panigale V4S, a brand new one for myself. I mean, I'd keep this bike and have the Panigale V4S, because after test driving that thing, it's boy, it's a different beast, and this is a different beast. So they're different tools for different jobs. But I mean, it'd be nice to have one of each. And I really like this bike here. Actually, this will be my main driver always. But what do they say? Variety is the spice of life. All right, slow at her out. Have a good one. One more tour of the bike since the sun came out. Sun came back out. Some people like the different angles. There she blows. Z Wonder bike. Oh yeah, it's nice and warm out. Do a flyby here. Little bonus footage here. Little bonus. All right, with that, slow at her out. Slow at her out.